What's up, what's up, what's up? It's your man Chaz Ellis once again. And a lot of people come to me after they've gotten advice from their friends. A lot of people will come to me and say, hey, my friends told me to do this, my friends told me to do that, and it really hasn't worked out for me. I feel like I've made some mistakes. Well, that's going to happen. A lot of times you really shouldn't take advice from your friends, not because they don't mean well, but because of this. Number one, your friends really care about you, so they're emotionally involved and invested in whatever it is you're going through. A lot of times, your friends are hurt by the fact that you're hurt. They know you. They've watched you go through these situations time and time again, and they're just, sometimes they're just frankly tired of it. Also, you got to remember, because these people are your friends, they want to show you the best version of themselves. So sometimes the advice that they give you isn't necessarily what they would do in the situation as much as it is what they wish they would do in the situation or what the best version of themselves would do. Now, even though your friends are invested in you, they're not necessarily invested in whatever it is you're going through in the same way you are. They're not getting the reward. All they're getting is the negative. You're constantly telling them about certain bad things that are happening in your relationship, issues that you're going through when you're dealing with different people. So obviously they're saying, oh, just walk away, or they don't really like you, or this, that, and the other. A lot of times they're doing that because they just kind of get tired of hearing you talking about negative aspects of a relationship. They're not getting any of the payoff. This is why a lot of times if you tell somebody that your boss is treating you bad at your job, like, man, my boss made me stay late and he's making me work overtime and I'm tired of this stuff, and he's making me do 3 or 4 other people's jobs and I never get paid anything more. I never got a raise or any kind of a promotion. I'm just tired of this place. A lot of times your friends will tell you to quit. Reason why they tell you to quit is because they don't want to hear you talking about how bad your job is all the time. It really makes them feel bad because they care about you. So they tell you to quit. Why? Because they're not getting a paycheck from your job. That's the reason why you haven't quit thus far, is because when you do quit, you might end up living in your mom's basement, eating TV dinners. You might end up on the unemployment line for the next 6 months. Your situation could get really terrible. You could end up living in a cardboard box. Your friends aren't really thinking that. They're just thinking that you're hurting right now, and since they're not getting a payoff from your job, they're not really even weighing that aspect of it, and they're just looking at the fact that if they tell you to quit doing what you're doing, then you'll feel better because you'll no longer have that stress in your life. You also got to remember that sometimes friends live vicariously through you for that same reason. They're not benefiting off of your job. They're not benefiting from your relationship. But they constantly see people doing things to you that they had done to them. Maybe their boss made them work late and didn't give them a promotion. Maybe their boss made them work late and they never got any extra money. Maybe they got talked down to at their job. So when they tell you that you need to quit, it's not something that they may do because, of course, they need their paycheck just like you do, but they can watch somebody get their just desserts. They can watch you walk out on your boss at the busiest time of the day, and now they can feel a little bit better because they're living through you. They don't want to take the risk that you're taking. They don't want to deal with the consequences that you're going to deal with at a later date, but they can feel better when they watch you walk out on your boss, walk out on your relationship, bust the windows out of the player that's been dealing with you, slash his tires. Now, obviously, they're not going to go to jail with you. Obviously, they're not going to live in that homeless shelter with you. Obviously, they're not going to be staying with you in your mom's basement. But it makes them feel better because they get to see someone actually do the thing that they really want to do. Sometimes your friends will kind of try to play your life like a movie where they can watch the hero do all the things that they wish they could do without actually dealing with the consequences. And that could be unfortunate for you, obviously, because you do have to deal with the consequences. So sometimes you don't really want to take advice from your friends because although they mean well a lot of times, it is not really just them hating on you. Sometimes it's a situation where they're too close to the situation. The advice that they're giving you is based on how they think, how they see the world, how they see themselves in it. A lot of times they may blame the other person for everything because they don't take responsibility for their actions. So sometimes you don't want to take responsibility for your actions, and you may give advice to somebody that basically says those same types of things like, oh, it's all their fault because nothing's ever my fault. And you don't want to take advice from your friends a lot of times because friends may just be out here too close to the situation. They mean well, but they may give you bad advice that you actually have to deal with the consequences of when they don't. Hopefully I was able to help you out. Once again, it's your man, Chaz Ellis. Make sure you go to the ChazEllisProject.com if you want to get a detailed question or consultation or just ask me more stuff. Hit your boy up. It's your man, Chaz Ellis. Make sure you like and subscribe and share this video with somebody else. Peace.